This video is sponsored by PCBWay. More of them in a minute. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I bring this Xbox One. I got this one in a really good deal. I paid just 40 euros. It needs some TLC, but I'm pretty sure that nothing too serious. Let's open the box and check it out. One of the things that the previous owner tell me, and the only problem with this console, apart from the aesthetics, is the A button on the controller is too stiff and not working properly. As for the console, as you can see, it is really scratched, and if you pay attention on the bands and on the rear ports, you can see it's time for a really deep clean too. So, as always, have a seat, relax, and join me in another project. Stick around. And of course, let's start from disassembly all the parts from the console and from the controller, and then start from there. all the disassembly done, let's get right into some mods. First, let's get the window on the top shell so we can see the interior of this beauty. After the cut, I scuff all the plastics, including the controller, and now we can give them a nice bath to get them ready for some color in the next step. After the wash, it's the right time to clean the rest of the internal components. And it's also the right time to talk about today's sponsor, PCBWay. PCBWay, as you already know, is the best PCB manufacturer in the world, where you can get your PCBs at just $5. So, if you need PCBs, no matter what kind, PCB assembly services, or even CNC and 3D printing services, PCBWay is your solution. Visit PCBWay.com to see more. So now, before we clean the controller, we need to solve the problem with the membrane. I can't find a new one, at least in time for this video, so what I'm gonna do is take a piece of this another membrane, I think from the PS4 controller, get the part I need, and it should work just fine. Now I will do a quick clean to all the parts, solder all the wires again, reassemble everything, and we should be ready to test the controller. Now, as you can see, the button has a normal touch and feel like the other buttons, and after plugging it into my Windows computer into the gamepad tester software, the button works just fine. So now we can move on with the project. The next part is the paint. I have bought a couple new colors, not quite sure what I'm gonna use yet, and after that I will finish it up with the matte varnish for extra protection. A couple days later, the paint is done. It's really windy and rainy outside, so I couldn't film it properly, but it's done. It's supposed to be a two-tone color, but after I see this color ready, I really love the simplicity, so it's gonna be one color only. I really like it as it is. To give a little bit of a contrast, I paint the interior chassis into a brighter blue. The next step is make the acrylic window, and as always I will use my cheap trick, which is getting the acrylic from an old LCD, get it, glue it, and it will look awesome. Now I wanna partially reassemble the motherboard, so I can take some voltage measurements so I can solder a LED strip. So with that done, I will now plug in the power adapter, power on the console, and take some measurements to see the best plate to solder the wires for the LEDs. And after some measurements, I soldered two wires for the LEDs, and now I can test it to see if they work properly. And they do, they look really good. So now we can finally move on to the final part of this project and start to reassemble this console again. for an extra touch, I also decided to paint the Blu-ray reader. Now I need to sort two more things. The Wi-Fi card that need a new mounting place once I will not use the top internal chassis, and the same for the internal speaker. So I made a little quick plastic adapter so I can mount the Wi-Fi card more or less in the same space where it is with the top chassis. I will paint it black to be more discreet, but it looks and works really fine. And after a couple adjustments, they are both mounted. The speaker, I just put some double-sided tape on the side of the Blu-ray, and I already put back all the top screws, so let's move on. Now I will pause the console for a minute, put the controller back together and give it a quick test to both the controller and the console, because if I need to adjust something later on the console, removing the plastics is a pain in the ass. So let's move on. And all seems to work just fine. So I can now close the console and finish this project.
And I find myself wondering, what did happen to the last 10? I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see
this is it. Another project with a super simple look that for me, in my opinion of course, result really well. I have imagined much more complicated things in my head, but the end result, it's perfect. And as always, I hope you enjoy another project. If you want to see more, please consider subscribe, leave a like, comment and also share this video. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.